Caution. Side effects include groan-worthy puns and a sudden urge to tell everyone in the car, "Don't make me turn this podcast around."
It's time to rethink men's health. Because it doesn't just affect men, it affects us all. When men are well, the benefits ripple through families and communities. But when men are unwell and unsupported, we all feel it. We're all the real face of men's health. Be part of the solution with Movember.
Hey, welcome back to Dad Space, podcast for dads by dads. It's the November thing going on. I'm glad you're here. 30 episodes, 30 days. Supporting Movember at Movember.com and supporting you as dads, as men. This is your month to get healthy, be healthy, reach out, connect with other men in your community, your family, your friends. Yeah, it's that month, so I'm glad you're here. I have a story for you that you can apply to yourself and as well, could share with your kids. And it's got a great meaning to it. It's got some great symbolism to it. And it opens the door to conversation and some pretty thoughtful reflection. It's about a pencil, and we're going to get that into that story in a moment. And you can play this part of the episode for your kids and have them listen to it and share it and give your thoughts to your kids as well. So maybe this is something you can do tonight when you're getting your kids ready for bed. Just have them listen to the story part coming up here in a moment so that they can hear it and you can talk about it, dad to kid. So a free gift here from Dad Space for you to share with your kids. I would grab a pencil and bring it with you when you tell the story and have your kids hold a pencil. I think it's pretty interesting. But so we'll share that in a second. There's a lot of wisdom in this pencil tale that we're going to share today. And we're going to just kind of expand on the theme of the story as well for you and how you can apply it as a dad, as a guy, this month of November. And the story seems to be an anonymous parable, sometimes called the pencil maker's parable, but has been attributed to people who have adapted the story, like Jimmy Reed, for example, and featured in inspirational columns and children's teachings for a while now. But this pencil's tale, or the pencil maker's parable, whatever you call this, I found this, it came through to me, and I'm like, oh, this is great. I love this, and I think it'd be really interesting to get in and talk about this more, and some lessons from the pencil's tale. Some real wisdom for us as dads, and some wisdom for us, for our kids as well. We're going to apply the story to dads and families. But first, let's share the story. I will play it here now, and then I'll also put it at the very end of the podcast to make it easy to find again if you want to listen to it a second time. So if you're listening to this and you're like, oh, I'm trying to find the spot where the story is, go all the way to the end of the episode, backtrack a little bit, and that's where you'll hear it at the very end. I'll leave a little space and then put the story one more time at the end so it's easy to find. Okay? But here is the pencil's tale, and I would love for you to listen through this and, again, listen to it at the very end as well, kind of to reinforce what we talked about. But here is the pencil's tale on Dad Space.
The pencil's tale. Once upon a time, an old pencil maker took his newest pencil aside just before he was about to pack him into a box. Imagining the little fellow as a person, he recalled a few things about the pencil. "There are 5 things you need to know," he said to his pencil, "before I send you out into the world. Always remember these 5 things. Never forget them, and you will become the best pencil you can be. The first thing is to remember that you will be able to do many great things, but only if you put yourself in someone else's hands. From time to time you will experience a painful sharpening, but remember that this will make you a better pencil. Also, keep in mind that you will be able to correct any mistakes you might make along the way. The most important part of you is what's on the inside. And remember this as well. Upon every surface that you are used, You must leave your mark. No matter what else happens, you must continue to write. It seemed the pencil listened to him and promised he would remember these 5 things, so that he could live his life with heart and purpose. You see, in your life, put yourself in someone else's hand. Embrace challenges for growth. Learn from mistakes, value inequalities, and leave a positive mark on the world. And you too can become the best pencil there is. This was the pencil's tale.
So there you go, the pencil's tale. Like I said, we'll have it again at the end of the episode so you can hear it a second time and make it easier to find if you want to play it for your kids. So you don't have to kind of like pull it out of the middle of the episode. But an interesting tale around a pencil. So let's apply some of this and what we're hearing in this tale for us as parents. The pencil's tale offers a really simple and profound lesson that helps resonate with us as dads. I think at any stage of where we are as parents, by sharing this parable with your kids, I think fathers can help model the values of humility. In this story, there's elements of resilience and having a purpose. All of these things are important for our kids to understand. All of these are important for you as a dad and as a parent to understand. And I think the pencil's journey provides a natural metaphor for growth, learning, and character that all of us need to develop. Qualities that every dad hopes to nurture in themselves and also to nurture in their kids. And there's 5 key lessons from this parable, this tale, this story that I think we can really adapt to who we are as dads and how our kids see us and how our kids will model and mimic what we are and who we are when they become adults as well. So let's get into these 5 key lessons based on a pencil's tale. So the first lesson I'm taking away from this is acceptance of guidance. Acceptance of guidance. The pencil succeeds by allowing itself to be guided, to not have all the answers, to not be independent in that I don't need your input, I don't need your help, I can do this myself, which is independence, which we want for our kids and we want for ourselves, but allowing ourselves to be guided is actually a strength. It's not a weakness. Likewise, dads can teach your kids that everyone benefits from mentors. Everyone benefits from family. And everyone benefits from friendship. Being open to support leads to you going on to do great things in life. And that's one of the first things I got out of this tale was the acceptance that we should accept guidance in life. And that we're not here to do a solo. We're here to work together and accept other people's input into our lives. First thing that I picked up on from this tale, acceptance of guidance. The second one is embracing challenges and growth. So embracing challenges and growth. Like sharpening a pencil, life's difficulties shape us. They sharpen us. They make us better. They make us useful. They take us from inactive to active. An unsharpened pencil is really no good to anybody. For a pencil to be effective, it needs to be sharpened. It needs to have some things taken off. It needs to be brought to a point. It needs to have a point. And I think as we embrace challenges and growth, we allow ourselves to be shaped. Dads, we can explain that this actually can be quite painful. It's through hard lessons, it's through discipline, it's through setbacks, it's through failure. All of these things sharpen us and help us to grow stronger and better no matter what age we are. So this, again, is a dual purpose story for you as a dad today, as a man, as well, a story for your kids. You need to be sharpened. You need to change from who you are to who you need to be effective and have input and impact in life. Embrace the challenges that come along with growth. Number 3 is learning from our mistakes. Pencils generally come with erasers. It's on the end, for the most part. Erasers help us fix our errors. The one thing I love about pencils is they come pre-equipped with the recognition that things might not go right. Things might not go exactly as planned. So not only do you have a way to write, you have a way to correct your errors. It's built into the pencil. It does both. Erasers let us fix our errors, so honesty and forgiveness can also help us to fix our errors. So if we had a gigantic eraser on our head, it would be honesty and forgiveness. Those are erasers that can help us when we mess up, when we fall short, when we lose the ability to do what we need to do well. Honesty and forgiveness comes in to erase those mistakes. Teaching your kids that mistakes aren't final and they can be corrected like an eraser on a pencil empowers them to try again and again and again and to learn without fear, because there's a way to fix any mistake that happens. It's built into the pencil. So not only do you have a way to create, you have a way to fix when you make a mistake. The 4th piece that I'm getting from this tale is valuing what's inside. The most important part of a person or a pencil is not the outside. It's not the yellow pencil exterior. It's what's on the inside. A pencil's only effective when it has lead in it. The lead is what does the writing. The pencil is just the holder. And without the lead, the pencil's a stick. And a stick is not very productive in writing. So the lead is the key component of a pencil. And you can show that to your kids, that this is the most important part. And that you as a human, your insides, who you are as a person, is the most important part. It's what's on the inside. Your character, your kindness, your integrity, telling the truth, love, respect. All of these things are super important. And that's the internal side of who we are. The external of us is what we see. The internal of us is that lead, is that purpose. It's that thing inside of us that makes us who we really are. And we need to develop character, kindness, integrity, honesty, truthfulness. All those things are things that we as dads need to develop, and our kids need to see us develop those things, and they need to model that as well. So talk about the lead in the pencil being a key component to what makes a pencil great. It's the lead. It's the inside. It's not the outside. It's the inside. And use that as a metaphor to explain to your kids what's most important in life. If we are only focused on the external, there are people who are prettier than us, better looking, stronger, bigger, more attractive than us. But it's what's inside. The things that people don't see in a mirror, which really count. It's what makes us who we are, and it makes what a pencil really truly is. It's the lead. It's what's inside that matters. And the 5th thing, wrapping up some key lessons from this pencil's tale, is that we as humans in this world need to leave a positive mark on this world. Every single human leaves a mark in this world. Some leave negative marks in this world, but many of us leave positive marks in this world, some of which we will never know the impact, really, truly, of what we've done here on this planet as long as we've been here. We may not see the results of everything that we do, but everyone leaves a mark. You can't go through life and not leave a mark, a footprint, a piece of you. Hopefully that makes the world better. But everyone leaves a mark in this world. That's what I get from this tale. Through our actions, through our words, and through our kindness, we encourage children to be intentional. And I'm encouraging you as a dad, be intentional about the impact that your children will make and that you will make as we live a life with purpose. That we're here for a reason. We're not an accident. There's no way you can convince me this world is random. There's too many things that argue against the randomness of us being here. And then again, this is my belief, and you might believe differently, and there's room for both of us. But I just don't see a way that this is just a big happenstance, that you and I are here together right now, that the kids that you have sleeping under your roof in your house are random, your partner is random, you are random. This world and the complexity of how this world works, how you and I work, is random. I don't see this as possible. There's something here. And there's a reason why you're here. There's a reason why you're listening to this right now. I don't think this is random. I think there's a purpose for all of us, for you. And if you're not feeling like there's any purpose for you, I'm here to tell you that this world would not be the same without you. This world would not be what it is if you weren't here. So please hear me. We leave a mark on this world. You might not feel like you're a superstar or famous or whatever. You might not feel like people know who you are, but I can tell you there's people that are going to miss you if you weren't here. We need to encourage our kids to be intentional about the impact that they want to make and are making in this world, in their lifetime, and to live a life with purpose. I think that this tale, the pencil's tale, can really help to foster some meaningful conversations about values, resilience, and making a difference in our world. For our kids to hear this story, for you to demonstrate with a pencil what we're talking about to your kids, and as well, for you to consider this yourself. That this is something that you need to hear, you need to think on, and you need to share. So the next time you see a pencil laying around your house, by the phone, by the counter, in that junk drawer, you know, that one with you can't hardly open? Yeah. The next time you see a pencil at work, at the bowling alley, I don't know, wherever you're going to see one, when you're playing golf, take that moment, whoever's sitting next to you, and either share this podcast episode about the pencil's tale, or to the best of your ability, rework the pencil's tale story and tell it in your own terms to the person sitting next to you. Because I think this could help many, many people. And in a month of reflection and growing and connection, as we celebrate Movember and November, this is a perfect opportunity for you to talk to your friends and grab a pencil. I think you'll surprise your friends. They're like, wow, that's pretty deep. That's what we do here. So again, at the end, we'll have a little outro for Movember, a little clip reminding you why Movember is so important. You'll hear the outro music, and then we'll have a little space. And then we'll have the story one more time at the end of the podcast, so that you can just skip to the end if you want to just hear the story and share it with your kids. We'll have it here twice. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being part of Dad Space. Happy Movember. We'll catch you tomorrow for another episode. 30 episodes in 30 days. So glad to be with you. Grab a pencil. Take care.
The mustache is calling.
The Pencil's Tale. Once upon a time, an old pencil maker took his newest pencil aside just before he was about to pack him into a box. Imagining the little fellow as a person, he recalled a few things about the pencil. "There are 5 things you need to know," he said to his pencil. before I send you out into the world. Always remember these 5 things. Never forget them, and you will become the best pencil you can be. The first thing is to remember that you will be able to do many great things, but only if you put yourself in someone else's hands. From time to time you will experience a painful sharpening, but remember that this will make you a better pencil. Also, keep in mind that you will be able to correct any mistakes you might make along the way. The most important part of you is what's on the inside. And remember this as well. Upon every surface that you are used, you must leave your mark. No matter what else happens, you must continue to write. It seemed the pencil listened to him and promised he would remember these 5 things, so that he could live his life with heart and purpose. You see, in your life, put yourself in someone else's hand. Embrace challenges for growth. Learn from mistakes, value inequalities, and leave a positive mark on the world. And you too can become the best pencil there is. This was the pencil's tale.